Welcome back to the Nerdyverse. I'm Danny.
I'm Cheng.
And here we are for a channel update, or maybe a podcast. Number 2. I don't know.
You're really bringing that back.
I don't know what to call it yet. So it's just kind of us chatting for, reviewing in the spring anime season we've just gone through. We're 2 months in now, I think. Are we 2 months in now in terms of our channel? Are we 2 months? Or is it? It's a lot of time.
God.
Feels like it's been forever.
I think it is 2 months, right?
So,
it's gone by bloody quick.
We've got a lot of things to talk about, but first things first, I want to say thank you to everybody for those that have subscribed, those that have checked us out, those that have engaged with us, comments. Like, there's been a lot of stuff going on over that last over the time we've joined on YouTube, and it's great to see the love and support that we've been receiving. So really, really thank you to those on board. And if you're not on board, why not join now and get involved? Because
we definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, 100% we do. Yeah, and it's really nice to see like-minded people that love anime, love the stuff that we've been watching, getting involved, and really giving us the detail when we miss it, because it can be hard. By the way, we're watching so much; it's so hard to remember everything that's going on. And it's really good to see people jumping in and helping us out when we may have forgotten something or I never realised how hard it is to pay attention to a show, read the subtitles, and listen to what you're saying all at the same time. It's like, oh god, what's happening? Yeah, thanks for bearing with us, everyone. As you probably could tell, this is new, very new for us. Doing this, this is something I've done videos before on TikTok and that and whatever, but it's very different. This is reaction stuff, and I've never done reaction stuff. And I know, Cheng, you've never done this kind of thing, so this is new to us. So you've probably seen the improvement from. If we go back now and look at episode 1 of something and come all the way through it, it's probably going to be
looking at episode 1 of Hell's Paradise or what was it Konosuba? It was pretty bad. So I think we've come a long way already in the short time we've been here. So let's hope we keep going.
Yeah, definitely. And thanks for getting involved in the community stuff as well. We've been putting loads. We try to keep you as updated as we possibly can for when I was off on holiday at Download and things like that, so that let you know and keep you updated on what's happening. And also you all took part in the community poll for an anime that we're now watching. So thanks for that choice, because it's actually very good so far. We're actually enjoying it. So Classroom and the Elite won that one, and we'll continue that. But we'll talk more about that later.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%. Was there anything else I've missed, Cheng, in that bit for the opening before we go into our watch list?
There's a few things. So I guess the first thing was we kind of set ourselves milestone sort of goals that we wanted to achieve with the channel. And the first one I think was just to get 100 subscribers, and we managed to smash that out within a month or something. So again, I think we're on 200 now, right? So we managed to double that. So again, what Danny said earlier, thanks to everyone who has subscribed and watched our videos. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah, I guess the other thing was we have created a few new socials that people can follow us on. We've got an Instagram and a Twitter. We're still not 100% sure what we're going to do with them. I think for the most part we're thinking of using them to sort of update people on, if we are expecting a video to come out really late, or, if we are away or something like that. We've also got a My Anime List page each that we've created that we've tried to update with stuff we've watched in the past and what we're currently watching. So if you've got a My Anime List page, be sure to follow us on that.
100%.
It'll also help out if you do want to suggest shows for us to watch.
You'll know what we've seen,
Yeah, exactly.
I
think that was pretty much all I had to cover.
Yeah, the only last bit I'd say then on that point, before we now talk about our what we've been watching, and we'll start to do some rankings. So I hope you're ready for this. But before we do that, really quickly, I wanted to just say, if anybody's got any suggestions of things that they'd like to see more of or less of or whatever, please, again, chuck it in the comments. Let us know, because we're all here for learning and trying to, if there's something you'd like to see more of, because we do reaction videos, but I know you might want to see something else as well. So just let us know if there's anything you want to see. We'll look into it and see what we can do. But without further ado then, should we get into the spring? Because the spring anime season, it might not be quite finished yet. We've still got a week, but we're pretty much there. We've watched
pretty
a lot.
much,
We've watched a lot. When I looked at this list a minute ago before we started the video, I was like, oh my god, Jesus Christ, we've watched quite a lot of anime.
When we started, you told me that we were going to watch 2 series. We'd choose 1 series each and we'd just have 2 series. And that escalated a lot since that.
Yeah, my bad. And yeah, we've actually done quite a lot since that day. So I think the first thing we wanted to say is we're going to rank these as well as we go. And here on the screen now, you'll see the ranking on what we're basing it up against. So you'll see the score of 1 to 10 and then a description for each of those so that you could get a quick idea of when we say 10, what does 10 mean? What does a 1 mean, for example? So yeah, we'll leave that on the screen as we go through. But I suppose we'll start with the first one on the list of things to talk about. Oshinoko.
I guess one quick thing is like this grading list, we'll probably use it for my anime list as well. So we'll probably update the stuff we've watched on now with the same ranking. But so Oshinoko.
Oshinoko season 1. We're going to do this on a season by season basis, by the way, because I think it's only fair. And then when we get the final, like when we've watched all of something, we can do kind of it would just be an average basically, won't it, of all the scores, so you get a nice little average score at the end. But so yeah, Oshinoko then. Cheng, what are you thinking?
I gave Oshinoko a 9. This was probably one of my favourite series this season. And yeah, I'm very excited to see where it goes next, and I'm very tempted to read the manga, so I'm having to restrain myself a lot so far.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't be surprised if I end up reading it, but if season 2 doesn't come anytime soon.
Well, I gave it an 8, so I wasn't far behind you. It's just like, so let me give an explanation as to why I'm not a 9, and I think it's a valid one for me because I'm not really into this. That's kind of sort of anime. I watch that kind of stuff when it's a live action, but not so much when it's in an anime. So for me to give an 8 for this, I think is actually quite high.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm very impressed by that, because this was definitely not your sort of thing, so I would have thought you would have ranked it a lot lower than an 8, so fair play.
As you've all seen, I make jokes now and again about I want to see death a lot in the things, and so I'm quite surprised I put it as an 8, but that's where I put it.
Oshinoko delivered on those deaths.
It did, yeah, it has, yeah. For those that have not checked it out, by the way, go and check out Oshinoko. We don't really give away too many spoilers on it, but it's as we're saying with the scoring, as we're saying with the scoring, we would recommend this to other people. I genuinely would recommend this to anybody, and that's any kind of fan. You don't need to be a specific. For me, this is one of those anime. I don't think you need to be a specific into a specific genre to actually enjoy this one. For me, I felt like I'm proof of the pudding. I don't enjoy that stuff at all normally.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where I'd put that one.
Ooh. So should we move on to the next one?
Kamikatsu season 1.
Oh boy. Right. So Kamikatsu, I ranked it with a 6. I'd say overall the show was pretty fun and I enjoy it, but I feel like it's kind of drowned out by all the fan service which has come out, and the past few episodes has had some kind of weird things which I'm not sure which the direction's going on those. Like there's been a lot of like sexual harassment stuff with kids and stuff, and it's a bit too much. So yeah, I feel like the general plot was really interesting and where it was going was interesting, but then it's kind of just drowned out by all this like unneeded fan service, which is a bit awkward to watch, especially when you're reacting to it like on YouTube. It's like, can we even show this? Honestly,
trying to edit that one, those last 3 episodes, trying to edit those were an absolute journey and a half. Let's put it that way, because it was tough. So I gave it a 6 as well, and I agree with Cheng in terms of I was really enjoying this. And I said to Cheng at the time, because actually this was one of the animes where I kind of did a solo run for a bit, and then Cheng started to watch it in the background, because I think I kind of talked about it a little bit, gave a bit of a premise, and then he got I think he got bored, didn't you, at one point, and went, fuck it, I'm just going to watch Kamikatsu for a bit. So unfortunately though, he watched all the good episodes where none of that fan service was starting to come in, And
First
then it
episode I
started.
jump into. It was an
Yeah.
absolute degenerate episode.
So I agree, though. I think like it didn't need as much as fan service as it's got, but people in the comments have told us though, and I'm going off what some people have said, that it does get better, and this is probably it for a while, maybe in terms of maybe some of the creepiest. I'm all for a Roy episode, every episode of a Roy creepy moment, but not the way it's gone for like a whole episode of just
Just having Roy as like the butt of those sort of jokes was sort of okay. Like even the Roy stuff was getting a bit too much at points, but then it kind of got too much.
So I'm not going to say I'd recommend it to everybody. I do think though, one thing I will say is though, it is quite enjoyable. If you push aside that stuff, it is still really enjoyable, and I can see a plot out the other end of it. So if you're okay with a bit of fan service, then yeah, you'll be fine. But it's been a bit messy as well, if I'm honest, because of the delays. I've had 2 delays in this first season, which is a bit worrying. But yeah, so
I think that's just due to holidays and stuff. So I think it's kind of expected.
So next one up though is our Friday one, which oh yeah boy, it's Mashle, Magic and Muscles.
Good old Mashle. So yeah, for Mashle I gave it a 7. Like overall, I thought it was a really good and fun series. It's been a nice sort of end to our week, like every week so far. Like overall, it's not like a super serious or super in-depth plot, but it's just like it's just been a fun time. So yeah, I'd give it a 7.
I gave this an 8 because there's a lot of reasons why I gave this an 8, because I love, like, Mash's character is hilarious. It's like I said, it's a comedy, it's a takeoff. For those who are into Harry Potter, by the way, and would like to see parodies, this is for you, because it's pretty much a Harry Potter parody at this point in terms of the things that they've already done. But it has got like the plot starting to come through now, which is really enjoyable, because it was all like joke.
Yeah.
And now it's starting to get a bit like there is some plot to this, and by the looks of things, quite a serious one that's coming behind it all. So I'm not going to give away what happens, because in case you haven't watched it, but you want to watch it. But I would recommend this to you, especially if you're the sort of person that likes One Punch Man and you like that kind of humour that chucks at you, then you'll enjoy this. Because I mean, for a while we thought it was made by the same people, didn't we? Because I swear
the art style
it looks
really
similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mashle is brilliant. Even the opening theme is class as well, by the way. The opening theme is good.
It is a banger.
So for me, it's an 8, because I highly recommend, if you're after a bit of comedy, go and binge this, because it's pretty much bingeable now. There's one more episode next week on Friday. Well, maybe this week on Friday, sorry. So this Friday will be the last episode for Mashle. So yeah, you can binge it. Yeah, so yeah, that's Mashle. Next one then, Hell's Paradise. So another Mappa production in terms of animation. We've got Hell's Paradise. Where did you put it then, Cheng?
I gave it a 6. It's getting better in the last few episodes, but I feel for like the most part, the entire series has just kind of been like your generic sort of shonen thing. Like, it just seemed like a generic shonen, but it's had like nothing special, which has made it like really stand out from any other shonen. I feel like the plot is finally getting interesting, but yeah, we've only got like one episode left anyway, so it's like, how much are they gonna do this season? Like, I
feel like they've left it a little late, haven't they? They've left it a little late to get people hooked in, and there's quite a lot of people. From what we can see, there's quite a lot of people that have dropped it because they just couldn't be bothered to wait anymore. So I feel like they've left it a bit late. So I put this as a 7, like I said, and I'm into this sort of stuff. So actually, this is I definitely will be carrying this one on. I am enjoying it because the plot's getting there. It is getting there, but it's taken so long to get there.
Yeah, but, I mean, don't get me wrong. I am enjoying it. It's good, but there's a lot of things which are better than it, and it's not standing out as much as other things. So, yeah.
No, it probably doesn't help that when you look at some of the. I mean, you've looked at the list already that we've just talked about, the things we're watching this season. It's it's not like it's in an awful list. You know what I mean? There's a few really big ones around this at the moment. So, and that leads us on to talk about, which I think we're probably both going to agree on, this next one, Heavenly Delusion, season 1.
Oh, this one has been a roller coaster. So yeah, on this one I gave it a 9. I really love anime where there's like so much mystery and weirdness that you just don't understand what's happening. But as the show goes on, you just slowly start getting bits and pieces, and you start putting them together. I feel like this is one of the ones where we've come up with the most theories, and like some of them have hit and some haven't. I was like, I've been watching other people reacting to it as well, and some people like clock onto like the same stuff as us, but way earlier. So it's interesting to see like how the actual show like gives multiple hints throughout, and like more obvious hints as the show goes on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've really enjoyed this one. Definitely recommend it to anyone watching stuff this season.
Oh yeah, I gave this one a 9 as well. I totally agree. This has been like, I remember again, this one was one where I started off the solo react, and I said to Cheng, "You need to watch this because I think this is up your street because you like that kind of stuff where it kind of mind fucks you a little bit in terms of like you don't really know what's going on, and it's not really clear on what the plot is. Like, if you know what I mean, there are plot points in terms of like it's obvious what the plot points are, but the twists and turns that this goes through is ridiculous. It's crazy." But in a good way, not in a dumb way where you just like, really, it's like, the amount of emotions I've experienced in this first season is ridiculous in this anime. Like the emotions I've got, I've really, enjoyable, angry, sad, upset. Like there's so many different emotions that you go through in this, and I would recommend this to everybody because it's a phenomenal piece of work. Definitely. And the animation's really good for it as well. I quite like the animation style. I actually enjoy the way it's been animated for this one. It's for those who want to know a little bit about it, it's basically like the end of the world kind of apocalypse kind of thing, but it's very different to what you can imagine. Everybody thinks apocalypse, zombies. It's not zombies. That's one thing clear. It's definitely not zombies. So yeah, go check it out. I'm not going to say any more because I'm so psyched about it that I want to talk more. But just go check it out because it's phenomenal. Very good.
Yeah, for sure.
Very good. And for me, we'll talk about where we place each of these in a minute for the spring anime season. But yeah, this is high up there. Next then is Demon Slayer. Of course we had to watch Demon Slayer. Of course we did, because you can't not, can we? So. Where did you put this then? Knowing how much love we have for Demon Slayer already, where did you put season 3 specifically though? Because this is different.
I gave this season an 8. Overall I thought it was a really enjoyable series. I think Demon Slayer shines at being like a hype anime. Like every episode you're like super excited, super hyped, like characters are popping up, everything's just badass and awesome. There were no sort of big dramatic moment. I guess there's one, but without going into spoilers, it hasn't hit as hard as others because of how it turns out in the end. But overall, I've always really enjoyed Demon Slayer. I've read the manga before. It's always amazing to see it animated because it just makes it like 10 times better than the manga, I feel. They've done a good job adapting it, and it's made me care about characters I didn't like at first. It's made me like super excited for like characters that I didn't care about before. Overall I thought it was really good. How about yourself?
9 for me. It's actually high up there for me, so it's nice. I think it was really, really, really good. And if you haven't watched it yet, go and watch it. But all I'm going to say, no spoilers here, that final episode, when you get to that, trust me, prepare yourself, because I was not. So be prepared. It was great to see. The animation's always ridiculously good on this anime. Like it's so good. It's like they've got a limited budget or something, because I swear it's very, very well animated. Great, like I said, building characters that like you've only just met, really. I mean, I know we've technically met them ages ago with some of these people, but like really you've only just met them a lot of the time because they haven't had much screen time before. And the way that they could just do one episode and get you to care about them and like start worrying and stuff like that, then it's very good. Very good.
Yeah, for sure.
So A couple of solo stuff I'm going to talk about that I've been doing, and I'll give you a bit of an insight. I'm not going to spend a huge amount of time on this because we didn't do own, but I want to give everybody else the insight, and then we'll move down to the others. But so I watched a couple of other things. So Dead Man Death Play season 1. I've been watching that. I gave this a 6 because actually I think it's okay.
That's surprising. I thought you really, really enjoyed this one.
I did at the beginning. So the beginning was a strong start. So for those that don't know, this is made by Square Enix. So for those that don't know me, I'm a massive Final Fantasy geek, like a huge Final Fantasy geek, which is why it's killing me right now, because Final Fantasy 16 is literally downstairs and I need to complete it. So, and it's very good. For those, a side note, for those that are Final Fantasy fans out there, Final Fantasy 16 is incredible so far. No spoilers there. So yeah, Dead Man Death Play is good. I feel like so I just found out it's part of a 2-core. So it's a 24.
So right.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe that's why I'm a bit like, yeah, it's all right. It's just a slow burner at the moment. Like, it's really slow for me now. It's gone very, like, there's been probably 2-3 episodes where it's very slow. And there's not a huge amount of movement in the plot. So I'll put it as a 6 for now. Next one. Jesus, this one. I got a cheat skill in another one and became unrivaled in the real world too. What? I got to episode 9. I tried, guys. I kept debating this with Cheng every week, like, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. And then I got to episode 10 and I couldn't make it. I'm sorry. I can't watch more episodes of them doing shopping. I'm done. I can't do it. So I'm out. I've dropped it. It's gone. I'm not doing it. I got a cheat skill. Got a cheat skill. Like, get out of here. I don't want to do it anymore. It's just not for me. It might be for you. You might enjoy it. If you're into that slice of lifey kind of thing, I feel like it's got more of that in it than it has actually the stuff that I thought I was diving into from the trailer, because it looked like it was going to be action, adventure, new world and stuff like that. But no, it's not. It's more slice of life. And I think because it's called I Got Cheat Skills, so he's basically just amazing at everything. It kind of bored me. I was like, yeah, well, wow.
To be fair, I've heard a lot of people share the same opinion as you, so I feel like what you're saying is pretty valid, it seems.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, argue with me in the comments if you think different. Tell me, because I need to, like, I again, not for me, might be for you. That's my opinion, not anybody else's. So it's just my own thing, what I think of it. So, and then, we moved to the one. We moved to the one that,
oh god, here we go.
Oh my god. So, Blue Lock. I have watched Blue Lock, as you all know, season 1. And oh my goodness, this is a 10. This is
Holy
iconic
shit.
for me.
You're actually giving a 10 to something.
This is one of my first 10 on the channel I'm giving. There'll be other 10s I'll probably look back at and think, oh yeah, that was a 10 actually. But Blue Lock, like, because I'm a football fan anyway, probably helps. But just the way they make it so exciting. Every week you're like, I need to go. Well, not every week.
Sports anime, man. Sports anime hypes those sports so much. They do a great job with it.
And Blue Lock just makes you care about every single character. I've had times where I'm just like, yeah, I don't care, get out of here. And then like, but then you get a backstory, it's quite sad. And you're like, okay, I feel bad for you now. And it's just very good. Like, and that's why, by the way, for those of you thinking you popped them out very quickly, yeah, I did. Because I was loving it. Like, it was class. And
so it's the Demon Slayer of football, is it then?
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. And so on that note, because I didn't watch it week on week, because obviously it was already out and everything, and I will be watching it as it comes back. Whenever it comes back, I'll be doing season 2 for everybody on the channel week by week. And thank you so much, by the way, because there's been a lot of love for the Blue Lock.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, stay on board. Trust me, because we've got plenty of other things we're going to talk about in a minute that you might be interested in as well. But we'll definitely be back for Blue Lock again. And there's a Blue Lock movie coming, so I'll be watching that as well. Yeah, so there is a Blue Lock movie. I don't know. I think it's going to be a side story. I don't think it is covering any of the canon stuff. But yeah, as long as it's just a football match for an hour and a half, that'll be cool. But yeah, there's that. So back to a bit of a duo now then. So we've got Konosuba, Wonderful World of some explosion shit. I don't know what it was called. Season 1. What was it called?
Yeah, so I can't remember. It was something along those lines. But yeah, so this was something that we ended up dropping, right? No, we spoke about it last time.
But it wasn't a drop. So for just so you all know, it wasn't a drop like, this is trash. It wasn't that. Like, it was more of a. There were other things that interested us more, and then due to like things that like we couldn't do another one, it was too much at that point.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. But we spoke about it briefly, and it seemed like you probably weren't going to end up continuing it at any point soon. So yeah, I ended up just watching it in my own time. And overall, like, I thought it was actually not that bad. It was pretty fun, and something I really enjoyed was I really enjoy Konosuba, and it was nice to see the parallels of this happening at the same time as like season 1 of Konosuba. So like you can see like the main characters of Konosuba like in the background blurred, like doing stuff from like season 1 of that series, and I thought how they like tied all that together was really fun. But yeah. Overall, I thought it was an okay series. So yeah, we decided to rank these anyway. I gave it a 6 because yeah, it was okay. It was fun.
Yeah, but... I gave it a 5 because it's for me it was really in that because I didn't see enough of it. It's sitting on that. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, like maybe I'll pick it up one day again. Maybe I think it's probably different because I know you've watched all of the old stuff. I've watched none of it, so that's where it's probably
you didn't have the context of the actual original Konosuba series, so yeah, that probably ties into it as well.
So I know you've watched a couple of other things, so yeah, your stage is yours.
Cool. So like this season I've watched like a few other shows just in my own time, like not on the channel. The first one was Loving Yamada at level 999. I gave it a 6. It's kind of a okay sort of romance thing. It was quite enjoyable, but nothing sort of super special or super memorable. So it'll probably be pretty forgettable in the future. But watching it, it was fun. It was wholesome. It was a good time. So yeah. Next thing I watched was Skip to Loafer. I gave that a 7. That was like another sort of wholesome coming of age sort of story.
Yeah.
Someone from a sort of, what's it called? Like living out in the middle of nowhere, moving to the big city and like, coming to terms with everything. It was a super wholesome, super fun series. Kind of like Loving Yamada. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one. So yeah, that one got a 7. And then the other thing I watched on the channel was Dragon Ball Superhero, the movie. I gave that a 4. I thought this movie was pretty bad compared to all of the other Dragon Ball movies. I won't go into too many spoilers because, I think you're planning on watching Dragon Ball and everything eventually, right?
Oh yeah, by the way, side note, which we've said this before already, but you may have never watched a video where we explain this. I'm about to admit something to you all. I hope you're ready for this. So, I've never watched Dragon Ball Z. just let that sink in for a moment.
How were you born in the 90s and never watched Dragon Ball Z?
I know.
I'm absolutely shook.
By the way, I'm not saying I've never watched like the big anime. Like I've watched Bleach, watched One Piece. I'm like, God knows what episode I'm on, but like I'm still there or thereabouts with One Piece. I've watched Naruto. So some of the big boys that back in the day. It's not like I didn't watch anime at the time. It's just that Dragon Ball never really like. At the time, it wasn't my thing. Like I don't know why. Because it's weird because it is my thing. If that makes sense, it's so weird. But yeah, so I'm currently watching Dragon Ball in the background. If you want me to speed it up, everybody, I will speed that up to get it out of the way and get me in the good place for Dragon Ball Z. We can react to it on this channel. If that's something you want to see, let us know, and I'll speed it up. I'll prioritise it. But because that could be quite exciting. Because I know Cheng, you watched it ages ago, so it's kind of like rewatching / probably watching for the first time again, like kind of thing. So
yeah, for sure, it'll be interesting to see how you react to like big moments throughout the series.
I can't wait for everyone.
There's a lot of
everybody out there when I first see, like, I don't know, as arguments say, like Goku going Super Saiyan, and people are like, oh my god, he's watching that for the first time. Like, it'd probably be quite cool, I suppose, like, see that, because, yeah. But, sure, yeah, I think that's everything from what we're currently watching. So that's a lot, as you could all appreciate. There's quite a lot of stuff we've we've been watching. I'm just trying to find out what we were going to do next. Okay, so really quickly then, only the spring anime. So we're going to rank only the spring anime 2023. So, of the things that you've watched then, Cheng, what is your top rankings? What is your rankings for those that you've watched then?
God. So which way are we starting? Top to bottom or bottom to top?
Bottom to top. Bottom to top.
So I say bottom for me was probably Loving Yamada. Then number 7, I think, would be Kamikatsu.
Yeah.
6, I would say, was Skip to Loafer. 5, Hell's Paradise. 4, Mashle. 3, Heavenly Delusion. In fact, no, I'll take that back. 3 was Demon Slayer. 2 was Heavenly Delusion. And 1 was Oshinoko.
Nice. Well, mine then.
Switch it up from what I originally planned because of the last few episodes.
Yeah, it changed the game a bit, didn't it? So mine, probably obvious to everybody, at 8th place is I Got a Cheat Skill in Another World because it's absolute trash.
What?
That's at the... Oh my god! I didn't see that one coming. Ultimate anime betrayals. So that was 8th. Kamikatsu 7th. Dead Man Death plays 6th. Oshinoko 5th. I'm sorry. Yes,
wow.
I know it's there currently. That's where it's at the moment. But it's like joint with Hell's Paradise. They're like,
how dare you?
They're like joint at the moment, so they could quite easily flip and change. If I'm honest, Demon Slayer is no, it's not Demon Slayer next. Sorry, MASH is next at 3rd. Then it's Demon Slayer at 2nd, and then Heavenly Delusion is my number 1 for the spring.
I see you did a switcheroo as well.
I did, yeah, because I just realised I was like, ugh. And to be fair, Demon Slayer does have the finale over Mashle at the moment. I don't know what the Mashle finale might be yet. It could change the game completely, but we've watched a solid amount of all of those and finished some of those, so I feel like that won't change if I'm honest. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So let us know, everybody in the comments, what were your top ones from the spring? What were your, if you were going to rank yours, I'd be really interested to see how you'd rank it as well. And any of those you kind of watched, it'd be really cool to see what else you've watched. I suppose the only other bit I wanted to mention before we look at what's coming out in the summer was other shows that we kind of been watching in the background. I have been watching some other stuff, and I don't know if you have, Cheng, in a minute, but these are things I've kind of been watching in the background. So Kingdom, and it's very popular. I didn't realise how popular Kingdom was. I'm still watching season 1. I nearly finished it. I'm like probably 4 episodes away from finishing Kingdom season 1. My aim is to get through Kingdom before season 5. So season 5 obviously comes out in the winter apparently. So I'm excited to react to that on the channel when we get to season 5 and do that as well, so I can be on board with you all, because actually I'm really enjoying Kingdom. Jobless Reincarnation. We've watched both of us now, haven't we? Separately, but we both watched
recently
season 1.
Caught up with all of that.
There's a funny story, by the way, with this one. Me and Cheng caught up about how you're getting on with Jobless Reincarnation. Like, and he said to me, "Oh yeah, finished it." I was like, "Cool, right. So what about this piece? What about this part then? What did you think to that?" And he was like, "What? When did that happen?" And I was like, "He hasn't watched it." He's missing.
You gave me the biggest spoiler for season 1, and I hadn't watched part 2.
Because I was like, "There's a part 2, right?" And he's like, I've watched part 1."
So I watched like part 1, and I had like loads of criticism of the story. I'm like, I don't get why it's so popular and so amazing. Like, it keeps setting up all these like big plot points, and it doesn't resolve anything at all, and it just keeps moving on with the story in different directions, but it doesn't resolve anything. Turns out that it was a 2-parter, and I never watched the second part, where literally everything gets like answered, everything gets resolved. Like, I'm like,
I got a text from you one day going, "Yeah, answers all resolved now."
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice one. Yeah, so we've both watched that, and we are actually very excited for season 2. We are reacting to that, by the way. So the Sunday coming is the first episode, 2nd of July. So we'll be reacting to that. I'm excited for that one, actually. So that'll be really good.
Yeah.
The other things I've been watching in the background, The Eminence and Shadow, I finished season 1 in preparation for the fall. So season 2 comes out in the fall, and I'll be picking that up as well in the fall and carrying that on. I did also try and watch Bungo Stray Dogs. Does it get better, by the way, everybody? Because I got like halfway through season 1. I'm not feeling it. I don't know what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I thought it'd be really good because my goal was to do season 5 with you all in the summer of reactions, but I'm like, I just couldn't get into it. I don't know.
Did you drop it then?
At the moment, it's dropped. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's where it's at the moment. Unless you can all tell me that it's like a top tier, amazing later, and convince me, then fine. But yeah. Is there any other bits you were watching? I suppose you covered some of it. I don't know if there's any.
Yeah, I already mentioned Loving Yamada. I also mentioned Skip to Loafer, and I think the other one I'm watching is Otaku Elf, which is a bit, it's okay so far, but I'm just kind of casually watching that as I'm like eating my dinner and stuff, just as something to distract myself with. But I think that's pretty much all I've been watching this season.
Wow. I hope you're ready for the big reveals because we're about to splash through this list of things that we've got coming up. So time to get excited, time to get pen and paper.
Because you say that, but I'm pretty sure we've already announced this.
we have, but get excited because we reacted to all of these. Yes, I don't know how we're going to live life again and how we're going to have any spare time. But yeah, these are the things that we are currently going to do in the summer. So drum roll. I'm not going to do drum roll. Good luck with that. Anyway, so there it is. Okay, so first thing we want to say is thank you for your recommendations. This is the first community chosen anime that we're reacting to. Me and Cheng were both really skeptical about this because we were thinking we have just opened ourselves completely. Because we don't know what you were going to say. I mean, we had an idea,
I was just
maybe,
scared they would recommend you something like, what's that series called? Like Boku no Pico or something?
Oh, no. I know. And I was worried as well. I was thinking, oh my God, what if they recommend something that's just totally not me at all and I have to watch it for like... And it's got like 6,000 episodes or something. It's like, yeah, great. Can't wait to watch like one episode. So, by the way... We do the 3 episode rule. That's the rule. I'm sure we all know there's an unwritten rule somewhere that we do 3 episodes and then we'll decide after that whether it's getting dropped or whether we're continuing it. Good news.
I don't know. I feel with the community shows, we'll stick through.
Oh yeah, community shows will keep going. Yeah, we'll see it through unless it's a ridiculous one like you say to us. Go and watch like One Piece and it's 1,000 episodes. like, come on. Be a little bit realistic with us, like bear with us because I don't know, that would literally swallow an entire like God knows how much time to do. But yeah, Classroom of the Elite season 1, we're watching it currently. We got past the 3rd episode, we are hooked. We will be continuing that, and we will, as soon as we finished Classroom season 1 and 2, we'll be obviously reacting to season 3, which is apparently coming out in winter. So the winter season, we're apparently getting season 3. But yeah, so and then we'll put a poll up again to see what the next community thing you'd like us to watch is, and we'll get votes going again. And
yeah, there were quite a few good recommendations.
Yeah, there were.
The only issue with some of them was I've already watched half of them, and I feel like some of them wouldn't really be your thing. So I don't know. I guess we can see what wins the vote next time.
We'll see what happens. So yeah, that's one thing I wanted to mention really separately. So here we go. Let's whistle stop some of these really quickly that we are going to be watching and get them all up there. So I'm going to miss that one out for a moment. We're going to come back to that. So Secret Invasion. We're doing Secret Invasion. We started Secret Invasion. Yeah.
At this point.
Go check out the first episode. Pin it now. Go watch it after this if you're a Marvel fan. Get involved. Because, yeah, it's actually a very, very good first episode. So, yeah, come join us on that journey. We also have, we've got Bleach that's coming through. So we've got Bleach Part 2 that we're going to be doing in the summer. We've got Jobless Reincarnation Season 2 that we're going to be doing as well. So yeah, that starts very soon. Zom 100. Yep, so I'm excited for that. Nice zombie one. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. We have The Witcher Season 3 that we'll be going to do on the channel as well, and see if you all want to see that on here. We'll continue that journey on here as well. That comes out like next week, is it?
I think so.
I can't remember now. It's next week, I think. Yeah. Then we got Reborn as a vending machine, which, by the way, okay, so I'm praying this is very good. Like, I remember years ago when Reincarnated as a Slime came out, and I was like, yeah, I think I've checked this out. It could be cool. Like, it's wacky, weird, but it was actually very good. So I'm praying that this could be another one. But it also could be awful.
I think it's probably going to be, it's going to be like the most mid series. I feel like. I guess we'll see.
Come on, anime fans, jump on the bandwagon with us. Come and check it out, please. Please, let's make it big.
I'm super
anyway,
skeptical.
Yeah, it could be awful. We got Ahsoka, so that comes out in late summer season. So that's out as soon as Secret Invasion's kind of finished and done. I'm pretty certain Ahsoka then comes in afterwards. So we'll do that. So first Star Wars content on here, which would be really good. Then I've got some solo stuff that I'm going to be doing. So Rurouni Kenshin, the remake, season 1. Dark Gathering, season 1. Then we've got Twisted Metal for those gamers, the older gamers that are listening right now. You'll remember Twisted Metal. So I'm excited. Come on. It's going to be very good, hopefully. Live action, that is. And then Record of Ragnarok, season 2, part 2, also as well. And then there are other things that we're kind of ongoing and things coming up. So Berserk, I've started the Berserk journey for those that want to check that out. Come and join me. Watching a 1997 anime is interesting. Seeing how dated things became. Do you know, on a separate note, I hope Mappa somehow get hold of like Berserk and just remake the whole thing and just make it anime. That'd be sick. But anyway, that's a side thing. What else we got? Vinland Saga we're doing in the background, aren't we? So we've got Vinland Saga, season 1. That we're going to continue.
These are the old series, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're planning on watching some older series that have been massive, but we just neither of us have got around to watching before. So Vinland Saga's been the first one. We've kind of put it on hold a little bit currently. We're planning on continuing with it, but we've just been kind of swamped with things at the moment, so we will continue with that soon.
Yeah, and if there's a burning desire for you guys to see that, tell us. Because if you want to see it, like, you're like, no, I want to see it now, we'll be here every time you post it, and by all means, let us know.
We can definitely prioritise it more if people are desperate to see more of it.
So we've also got some other things that we potentially could, that are going to start soon for us. Made in Abyss is on our list for season 1.
Yeah, I've heard so many good things about that. I've been dying to watch it for ages. So yeah, it'll be a good opportunity to watch that on the channel. And I think, have I missed anything? I think that's... Don't think so, no.
Everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. So, as you can appreciate, there's a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm hoping we have everybody covered. There's an anime in there, I'm hoping for everybody. I mean, Christ, there's things from like Marvel Universe, Star Wars Universe, zombies, crazy overpowered people, dark moments, horrors. There's everything in there, isn't there? Comedies.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've got most of the genres in there.
Yeah, so come and join us on those journeys and let us know which journey you're excited for as well. We'll put a poll up at some point. Might have a poll already up maybe for it, but yeah, go and check that out and decide on which one you're most excited for in the summer, and excited to see us do. Is there anything I've missed off there, Cheng, that we wanted to talk about in terms of things that are coming up?
No, I don't think so. No, I think that's pretty much covered everything.
I don't know if anybody else is watching this and absolutely sweating their balls off right now, but I am, like, literally
so hot,
sweating buckets. So yeah, loads of cool stuff coming up from us that you might want to check out, get involved with. Hopefully you do. Come and say hi. Just engage with us, talk to us. We respond as quickly as we possibly can. So yeah, and we do respond. We've responded to every comment so far that we've received. So we do try and keep on top of it as much as we can. Hopefully that doesn't ever get out of hand. Well, maybe hopefully one day, hopefully does get out of hand, because it'd be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, it's been great so far. Really enjoying it. So really excited to kick into the summer season, which starts in literally like next week. Yeah. So really excited for that, to try out some new shows and some other big shows as well. Comic-Con. We went to Comic-Con. We did Comic-Con.
we didn't do much at Comic Con. We
No,
planned
okay,
to
so
do quite a bit.
we did have plans to try and go around and interview a load of people, but yeah, that might be called confidence problem at the time.
Well, I'd say it was too hot and it was too
was
busy
boiling.
and our feet hurt.
Oh, mate, that was a roasting day. There were too many people there that day.
God, I forgot how
Too
tiring
many.
it is there.
By the way, there was some quality people like dressed up in cosplay, man. Jesus, fair play to some of the effort we've seen on the day as well. You guys must have been
for sure.
boiling for those that went. Jesus.
Yeah.
Really quickly, I actually did get some stuff. I'm going to literally whirl my camera around a moment. So
I
apologies
was going
if,
to
like,
say,
apologies
what
if you
was
all-
your haul?
yeah, apologies if you all get like, you know, motion sickness right now, but I'm about to whirl it around. So you see those little posters there. So I've got a nice Luffy poster. I've got Asta from Black Clover up there. I've got Naruto up there, and I've got obviously Denji from Chainsaw Man. By the way, we will be doing Chainsaw Man when that comes back round. I am so excited for season 2 and more of that. But yeah, bought all those cool posters, and they aren't going to just be like that. Eventually, I'm trying to figure out, and if anybody can give me tips, by the way, on where I can get some cool little lights that can sit behind them, just to light them up, because at the moment they do look quite dull in the background. So I would like to get some lights that kind of light them up a bit and make them kind of, you know, stand out a bit as well, so that they look cool in the background.
Yeah, because at the convention they had these frames which had lighting in them.
Yeah, they looked amazing.
They looked sick, didn't they?
They did look really cool, but then I looked at the price and it was like 200 quid per fucking frame, and I was like, no, I'm good. I'm not paying £200 a frame.
Well, how much did you pay for those?
180 quid.
Oh, God, that hurts every time.
It does hurt, but like, this is the price for being a geek, people. It's the price for being a geek. It's horrible. Like, it's just not fair. It doesn't help that me and you specifically, Jag, we're into like, it's not just anime, by the way. Anime is one of them. Then you've got things like movies. I love movies. I love TV series, like Cheng does as well. Like, we've got our TV series we enjoy watching that are outside of this normal stuff as well. We're into gaming. Like, we play lots of different games. So there's that. Just like we do all the things that are expensive.
Yep, sounds about right.
Like, why do we do all the things that are expensive? But anyway, so yeah, lots of stuff pulled at Comic Con. Did you pull any stuff at Comic Con? I can't remember if you did, didn't you?
I did actually, but it was annoying because there was so much stuff I wanted to buy, but I couldn't find anything that I actually wanted.
Oh, it was so hard. By the way, why weren't there any pop vinyls this year at Comic Con?
Hilarious. It's annoying because there's like there's so many cool anime figures I wanted. I was like looking desperately for like chibi sort of figures for like Demon Slayer, Chainsaw Man. Like, I wanted to find like a really cool like Makima statue or something. I couldn't find anything. So yeah, the only thing I managed to find was this like really cool Naruto figure. So
Cheng, I've got a brilliant idea that I think we should ask these lot. Can we put our wish list on here and then you guys just buy them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, can we just put a wish list on it? You guys, like, you know, if you feel like it, you want to buy it, support the channel. Like, I'm joking. I'm joking. Seriously, that literally just watching this is enough for us. So yeah, just keep checking us out, hopefully, and tell your mates about it if they don't know about us already. Because we want to, like, it'd be nice to get a little community together of all like-minded people and we just chat and stuff. And maybe eventually, like, maybe that's what our Twitter will be in the future, responding and stuff, or Instagram, like, where we can talk a bit more on there as well. So yeah, maybe one day in the very, very distant future, if we ever get a following that want to chat even more, maybe Discord in the future, but we'll see. That's a very long down the line kind of suggestion, I think.
Yeah. That's something to think about in the future.
100%. So, yeah, was there anything else?
I guess, yeah, we are planning on going to Comic-Con next year, and we will hopefully do more. I think next time we'll be more prepared. So
yeah, it was kind of a last minute thing though, wasn't it? We did like literally 3 days before, whatever. It was like, oh yeah, let's do this, and then yeah, we weren't entirely. I don't think I was prepared for how hot and freaking how many people. I keep forgetting how many people there. I mean, it's been like 3 years to be fair, or 4 years maybe since I went last time. So maybe I
sure.
forgot completely. But
hopefully by this time next year, like when we go to Comic-Con, like we'll have a much bigger following, and we might be able to meet a few people there.
it would
Who
be cool
knows?
if we can get a
Who
load of
knows?
photos with people and stuff. It would be really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so really appreciate everybody checking out our videos. Anything you could do to really help us and support us is absolutely amazing. Great to see you all, all just people talking about things that we all love. So it's good. Yeah, really appreciate all the support you give. Any suggestions, like I said, for things that you want to see in the future, things that you don't like or whatever it is, please just let us know. Because then we can just look at it and figure out like how we can improve, etc. It just really helps us to know what works for people, because we want to make it for you as much as it's fun for us to do. We want to try and make it so it's great for everybody else to check out. So yeah, thank you again. I know I've said it a few times, we both have, but
yeah,
I think that's it
to everyone.
Yeah, I think that's it then. So we'll see you in the summer anime and stuff, and geek stuff. See you next time, everybody.
All right, cheers guys, bye.